welcome to Conquest TV News, episode number 7. Just wanted to let you guys know what is going on this week at Conquest TV. Now, just last week, we world premiered our episode of the This Is Metal show featuring Conquest lead singer, songwriter, and guitarist Derrick Brumley. Now, Tom and I talked with Derrick about the history of the band. The band's new album was recently released, Conquest, and wanted to let you guys know we also talked to him about his songwriting and the new album, of course. And well, a little behind the scenes of what went on in the episode. If you haven't had a chance to see it yet, Tom was with us just for a little bit. He didn't get to take part in the entire episode because his internet went down. We lost him. But as we do so often at the This Is Metal show, we have the philosophy that the show must go on. So I continued the interview without Tom. We waited to see if he could join us, but he lost his connection, like I said. So I carried on and did the interview without Tom. But if Tom was able to take part in the first couple minutes of the episode, so you can check that out if you haven't already seen it. I urge you to check that out. Now this week on Tuesday, July 23rd, we're going to world premiere our episode of the This Is Metal show with Black Light District singer Kyle Pfeiffer. So I urge you to check that out. Now, also last week, we returned with the latest episode of the Big Bang Review Show. Now, like I told you guys, the Big Bang Review Show is our show where we review typically, CDs, but we've also did an episode where we talked about a book. So it's where we want to kind of tell you about things we think you need to know about, such as books. It could be maybe movie. It could be maybe CD. So you just never know when you tune into the Big Bang Review Show. But one thing you're guaranteed to get when you tune into the Big Bang Review Show is at least 4 or 5 different parts to the episode. So each week when you tune in, you're going to get a different kind of talking about the same product. So, for example, we recently did an episode on the Martin Popoff book, Kiss at 50. So, one episode, we talked all about how much I love the book cover and how that played a major role in me going out and getting the book. Okay. Now, we returned last week with our look at the new Bon Jovi album, Forever. Now, what we did, which was really fun, which we've never done in the history of the Big Bang Review Show, is in part 1 of episode 5, we talked about my first impression of the Bon Jovi single, Legendary. That was the first single released off a new Bon Jovi album. That was the first thing people really got to hear. And I talk about what my first impression of that song was. Now, we probably got about 3 or 4 more episodes to do with episode 5, talking about the new Bon Jovi album. So we're going to talk about a whole lot. But you tune in and you can check out the latest episode, episode 5, part 1, where I talk about, once again, my first impression of hearing the Bon Jovi's comeback single, Legendary. So check that out. That just went up last week. And we always have a lot of fun because also when we do the Big Bang Review Show, a big part of the show, which typically got to wait for when we do the final part of the episode, is we give you a score for whatever we are reviewing. And each part we kind of break up how we come up with our total score. Interestingly enough, each thing we review obviously has a total of 100 points. So you just have to check that out. But we really it's a little more than just, hey, we really like the latest Bon Jovi single, go out and get it. We tell you what we like about it, what we don't like. So we really break it down for you, and we give you a number at the end of the episode, so you really have an understanding of why we scored it the way we did. Okay. Now, also last week, just this last Friday, we posted a Chaotic Riff TV interview I did with 2 of the members of the band Rizz and the Believers. Now, anybody doesn't know about Rizz and the Believers, check the interview out. Of course, Rizz and the Believers features drummer Troy Luccketta, who we all know and love from the band Tesla. Troy is no longer with Tesla, and this is what he's doing now. And so we had a chance to interview Troy and the singer Rizz about his new project, Rizz and the Believers. It's a little different from what he was doing with Tesla, but it's a really fun band. I urge you guys to go online and you can go to YouTube, check out their EP for Everyday People. And as I was telling Rizz and Troy, as you'll see in the interview, that you often hear people ask if they were stuck on a desert island, what's an album they would like to have, or what would be on their a list of essential music to have on that deserted island. I told Rizz and Troy that their EP is definitely one of those albums I would say I'd have to have, because again, just a new fan of the band. I'm just discovering the band, but I tell you, it has that kind of feel to it. And I tell you, I was really happy to learn that our interview with Rizz and Troy got mentioned by blabbermouth.com, of blabbermouth.net, I should say, of all sites. And so that shows us that people are really paying attention to what we're doing. And that always, feels good. So again, that is what has been going on at Chaotic Riff TV. Oh, and I saved one of the best things for last, because going up on July 27th, that's next Saturday, folks, we're going to be posting the latest episode of Gar Borras' Time Machine. Gar Borras' Time Machine, of course, is our pop culture show with my partner in crime, Gar Borras. Who is Gar Borras? Well, Gar Borras is my co-host for everybody's favorite pop culture playground. Of course, I am talking about Gar Borras himself, the lead singer of the Southern California premier Guns N' Roses tribute band, Appetite for Destruction. Of course, Gar is the lead singer, plays the role of Axl Rose, and we often talk about our favorite movies, our favorite classic TV shows, our favorite bands, and so we always get into some form of pop culture. Well, in the latest episode going up next Saturday, we talked about the classic 1988 film, The Rain Man, starring Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. Now, just a great classic film, and I hope you'll check out our episode. I hope you'll then go and check out the classic 1988 movie, The Rain Man, which Dustin Hoffman won an Academy Award. He won the Academy Award for the Best Actor. Way to go, Dustin. Okay, and Gar and I got into it. We talked about like what a big hit the film was, and it's one of those films that really it's got great moments. It's loaded with great comedic moments where you just can't not help but laugh, and it also pulls at your heartstrings. We get into all that, and there's even the fact that well, you have to watch the episode to know what I mean. But Gar gets into one of his favorite lines from the movies that he's constantly to this day using in his life is, "I'm an excellent driver." So we had fun doing that. So once again, I am Jason J. Rock Houston, your host. Thank you for checking out Chaotic Riff TV. This has been the latest episode of Chaotic Riff TV News. We'll see you back next week. Bye for now, folks. Take care.